अगर CS610 की नेटवर्किंग और आईपी एड्रेसेस ने तुम्हारा दिमाग घुमा दिया है, तो अब रिलैक्स हो जाओ। हैंड आउट्स के सैकड़ों सफ़हात छेनोगे तो टाइम निकल जाएगा, इसलिए मैंने फाइनल टर्म के वो टॉपिक्स निकाले हैं जहां से असल पेपर बनता है। इस वीडियो को देख लो, तुम्हारे सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स क्लियर हो जाएंगे और तैयारी भी पक्की हो जाएगी।
In ATM, the virtual circuit is identified by a bit connection identifier. Answer: C24 concept. The 24-bit identifier is composed of the virtual path identifier, VPI, and the virtual channel identifier, VCI, found in the ATM header. MCQ 2. Which of the following is not a characteristic of ATM cells? Answer: C variable size concept. ATM is specifically designed to use fixed-size cells of 53 bytes to ensure predictable and fast switching. MCQ 3. The term cell tax in ATM refers to. Answer: B overhead due to small cell size concept. Since every 48 bytes of data requires a 5-byte header, a significant percentage of the bandwidth is taxed or used by headers. MCQ 4. Which service paradigm is similar to the telephone system? Answer: C connection-oriented concept. Just like a phone call, a dedicated path or connection must be established before data can be exchanged between the sender and receiver. MCQ 5. Jitter is defined as. Answer: B variance in transmission delays concept. Jitter measures the inconsistency in the arrival time of packets. High jitter is particularly bad for voice and video quality. MCQ 6. A router interconnecting two different networks uses. Answer: D gateway concept. A gateway acts as a translator between different network architectures or protocols, allowing them to communicate seamlessly. MCQ 7. In TCP/IP, the internet layer corresponds to OSIs. Answer: B network layer concept. Both layers are responsible for logical addressing IP addresses and routing packets from the source to the destination. MCQ 8. Class A IP addresses range from. Answer: A0 127 concept. In Class A, the first bit is always 0, which restricts the first octet range from 0 to 127, used for very large networks. MCQ 9. The dotted decimal notation for binary IP address is. Answer: A192.5.48.3 concept. By converting each 8-bit binary block into decimal becomes 192, becomes 5, and so on. MCQ 10. CIDR notation 128.211.0.0/16 indicates. Answer: B 16-bit network prefix concept. The 16 tells us that the first 16 bits of the IP address represent the network portion, while the rest are for host addresses. MCQ 11. ARP is used to resolve. Answer: B IP address to MAC address concept. Address Resolution Protocol ARP is used by a device to find the physical MAC address of a destination when it only knows the IP address. MCQ 12. Which field in an IP datagram header indicates the maximum number of hops? Answer: A TTL concept. Time to live, TTL, prevents packets from looping forever. Each router decrements this value, and if it reaches 0, the packet is discarded. MCQ 13. When an IP datagram is fragmented, the fragment offset is measured in units of. Answer: C 8-byte blocks concept. To save space in the header, the offset value is multiplied by 8 to determine the actual byte position of the fragment. MCQ 14. IP6 addresses are bits long. Answer: D 128 concept. IP6 provides a massive address space compared to IP4 32-bit system, ensuring we never run out of unique IP addresses. MCQ 15. Which IP6 address notation uses zero compression? Answer: B hexadecimal concept. Zero compression allows long strings of zeros in an IP6 address to be replaced by, to make the address easier to read and write. MCQ 16. ICMP is used for. Answer: B error reporting and diagnostics concept. Internet Control Message Protocol, ICMP, allows routers and hosts to send status or error messages when a packet cannot reach its destination. MCQ 17. The ping utility uses ICMP messages. Answer: B echo request reply concept. Ping sends an echo request to a target, and the target responds with an echo reply to confirm it is reachable. MCQ 18. UDP provides. Answer: B. Unreliable, connectionless service concept. User Datagram Protocol, UDP, is fast because it doesn't check if packets arrived or establish a formal connection before sending. MCQ 19. A UDP header is bytes long. Answer: B8 concept. The UDP header is very lightweight, consisting of only 4 2-byte fields: source port, destination port, length, and checksum. MCQ 20. TCP uses to establish a connection. Answer: B. Three-way handshake concept. The process involves 3 steps: SYN, SYNACK, and ACK to ensure both sides are ready for a reliable data exchange. MCQ 21. TCP flow control is achieved using. Answer: C. Window size concept. The sliding window mechanism allows the receiver to tell the sender how much data it can handle before its buffer gets full. MCQ 22. NAT stands for. Answer: A. Network address translation concept. NAT allows multiple devices on a private local network to share a single public IP address for internet access. MCQ 23. Which NAT variant also translates port numbers? Answer: B. NAPT concept. Network Address Port Translation, NAPT, also known as PAT, uses unique port numbers to distinguish between different devices sharing one IP. MCQ 24. In dynamic routing, routing tables are updated by. Answer: B. Routing protocols concept. Protocols like RIP or OSPF allow routers to talk to each other and automatically update their paths if the network changes. MCQ 25. BGP is an example of. Answer: BEGP concept. Border Gateway Protocol, BGP, is an external gateway protocol used to exchange routing information between different autonomous systems on the Internet. MCQ 26. RIP uses as a metric. Answer: C. Hop count concept. Routing Information Protocol, RIP, simply chooses the shortest path based on the total number of routers hops a packet must pass through. MCQ 27. OSPF is a routing protocol. Answer: B. Link state concept. Open shortest path first OSP builds a complete map of the network topology and calculates the fastest path based on link status and cost. MCQ 28. Which protocol is used for multicast group management? Answer: B. IGMP concept. Internet Group Management Protocol, IGMP, allows hosts to inform local routers that they want to join or leave a specific multicast group. MCQ 29. In client-server interaction, the server is usually. Answer: B. Passive and permanent concept. The server waits passively for a request from a client and usually runs continuously on a permanent, well-known address. MCQ 30. The unit of data transmission in TCP is called a. Answer: C. Segment concept. In the transport layer, TCP breaks the application data stream into smaller chunks called segments for transmission. MCQ 31. ATM cells are fixed at bytes in length. Answer: B. 53 concept. A fixed length of 53 bytes, 5-byte header and 48-byte payload ensures high-speed switching and reduces jitter for real-time traffic. MCQ 32. In ATM, the connection identifier consists of. Answer: C. VPI and VCI concept. The Virtual Path Identifier, VPI, and Virtual Channel Identifier, VCI, work together to route cells through the virtual circuits of an ATM network. MCQ 33. Which ATM service class is used for compressed audio-video with variable data rates? Answer: B. VBR concept. Variable bit rate, VBR, is designed for applications that produce data in bursts, like compressed video, where the timing and data rate fluctuate. MCQ 34. A network owned and operated by a single organization is called. Answer: B. Private network concept. Unlike public networks like the Internet, a private network is restricted to a specific group or company for internal security and control. MCQ 35. In connection-oriented service, data is delivered in. Answer: B. Stream with no boundaries concept. In this model, the application perceives the data as a continuous byte stream, and the transport layer manages the segments without the user seeing packet gaps. MCQ 36. The term delay times throughput is known as. Answer: A. Bandwidth delay product concept. This product represents the total volume of data that can be in flight in the network pipe at any given moment. MCQ 37. Which device interconnects 2 different networks and uses IP addresses? Answer: B. Router concept. Routers operate at the network layer, layer 3, and use IP addresses to make decisions about the best path for data packets. MCQ 38. In TCP/IP, the layer responsible for end-to-end communication is Answer. C. Transport concept. The transport layer, using protocols like TCP or UDP, ensures that data is delivered reliably from the source application to the destination. Application MCQ 39. A host with IP address 10.2.0.37 belongs to class. Answer. A concept. Class A addresses have a first octet range of 126. The value 10 indicates it is part of this large-scale network class MCQ 40. The subnet mask 255.255.255.0 in CIDR notation is Answer. B. Each 255 represents 8 bits of ones in binary. 3 octets of 255 equals 24 bits. $8 times 3 equals 24, represented as 24 MCQ 41, which IP address is used for limited broadcast on the local network. Answer. B. 255.255.255.255 concept. This address allows a host to send a message to every other host on the immediate local network segment MCQ 42. ARP request messages are sent as Answer. C. Broadcast concept. An ARP request is sent to everyone because the sender does not yet know which physical MAC address corresponds to the target IP MCQ 43. The IP header field identification is used for Answer. B. Fragmentation reassembly concept. This unique ID allows the receiving host to recognize which fragments belong to the same original datagram, so it can put them back together. MCQ 44. If a datagram size exceeds the MTU of a network, it is Answer. B. Fragmented concept. Maximum transmission unit MTU is the limit if a packet is too big. It must be broken into smaller pieces, fragments, to pass through MCQ 45. IP6 does not use which type of address. Answer. C. Broadcast concept. IP6 replaced broadcasting with specialized multicast addresses to improve network efficiency and reduce unnecessary traffic. MCQ 46. The IP6 loopback address is Answer. A. 1 concept. Similar to 127.0.0.1 in IP4, the address 1 is used by a host to send a message to itself for testing purposes. MCQ 47. ICMP, time exceeded message is generated when Answer. ATTL becomes 0 concept. If a packet's time to live reaches 0, the router drops it and sends this ICMP message back to the sender to prevent infinite loops. MCQ 48. The traceroute utility uses ICMP messages. Answer. C. Time exceeded concept. Traceroute sends packets with increasing TTL values, forcing each router along the path to send back a time exceeded message so the path can be mapped. MCQ 49. UDP is preferred over TCP for Answer. B. Real-time audio concept. Real-time apps prefer UDP because it has less overhead. A slight data loss is better than the delay caused by TCP's retransmissions. MCQ 50. The field in UDP header that ensures data integrity is Answer. C. Checksum concept. The checksum is a mathematical value used to verify that the data has not been corrupted during transmission. MCQ 51. TCP uses to handle out-of-order segments. Answer. A. Sequence numbers concept. Each segment is assigned a number so the receiver can reassemble them in the correct order, even if they arrive at different times. MCQ 52. The TCP header flag used to initiate a connection is Answer. A. SYN concept. SYN synchronize is the first flag sent during the three-way handshake to request a new connection. MCQ 53. In TCP, the receive window is used for Answer. B. Flow control concept. The window tells the sender how much data the receiver can buffer, preventing the sender from overwhelming the receiver. MCQ 54. NAT can help in Answer. B. Hiding internal IP addresses concept. Network address translation acts as a security barrier by showing only one public IP to the internet while keeping internal IPs private. MCQ 55. Which routing protocol uses shortest path first algorithm? Answer. OSP concept. Open shortest path first uses the Dijkstra algorithm to calculate the most efficient path based on link speed and cost. MCQ 56. RIP updates are sent every seconds by default. Answer. B. 30 concept. The Routing Information Protocol, RIP, periodically broadcasts its entire routing table to neighbors every 30 seconds. MCQ 57. BGP is classified as answer. BEGP concept. Border Gateway Protocol is an exterior gateway protocol, meaning it handles routing between different autonomous systems, like different ISPs. MCQ 58. OSPF divides an autonomous system into answer. B. Areas concept. Dividing a large network into OSPF areas reduces the processing load on routers by localizing routing table updates. MCQ 59. Which protocol is used by hosts to join multicast groups? Answer. A. IGMP concept. Internet Group Management Protocol allows a device to tell its local router that it wants to receive specific multicast traffic. MCQ 60. In client-server model, the server is always answer. B. Passive listener concept. The server does not start communication. It waits, listens for a client to send a request before it takes any action. MCQ 61. The ATM cell header is bytes long. Answer. B5 concept. The 5-byte header contains routing information like VPI and VCI, while the remaining 48 bytes are for user data. MCQ 62. Which ATM co-S class is best suited for bursty data traffic? Answer. C. ABR concept. Available bit rate, ABR, adjusts its transmission rate based on current network congestion, making it ideal for traffic that varies in intensity. MCQ 63. In a VPN, data is kept private using answer. B. Encryption concept. Encryption creates a tunnel by scrambling the data so that even if it is intercepted, it cannot be read without the correct key. MCQ 64. The term for the total data capacity in transit in a network is answer. C. Bandwidth delay product concept. This represents the maximum amount of data that can fill the communication link at any given time. MCQ 65. Which layer in the TCP/IP model is responsible for routing? Answer. B. Internet concept. The Internet layer handles the movement of packets from source to destination across multiple interconnected networks. MCQ 66. The IP address 224.0.0.1 is reserved for answer. D. Multicast all systems concept. This is a well-known multicast address used to send a single packet to every system on a local network segment. MCQ 67. In CIDR, the notation 28 means answer. A. 28 bits for network, 4 for host concept. Since an IP is 32 bits, the first 28 bits are frozen for the network, leaving only $32. 28 equals $4 bits for individual devices. MCQ 68. ARP cache timeout is typically answer. A few minutes concept. The ARP table entry is kept for a short time to ensure that if a network card is changed, the physical address map updates quickly. MCQ 69. The don't fragment flag in IP is used for answer. B. Path MTU discovery concept. By setting this flag, a sender can find the smallest pipe in the path without actually breaking the packet apart. MCQ 70. IP6 uses for automatic address configuration. Answer. See IP6 concept. Unlike IP4, which relies heavily on DHCP, IP6 can use neighbor discovery through IP6 to set up its own address. MCQ 71. An ICMP, destination unreachable message, is sent when answer. D. All of the above concept. This message is a general error report used whenever a packet cannot be delivered due to routing, host, or port issues. MCQ 72. UDP is not suitable for answer. D. File download with error checking concept. Files require 100% accuracy. Since UDP does not resend lost packets, it is poor for downloading software or documents. MCQ 73. TCP uses to prevent sender from overwhelming the receiver. Answer. B. Sliding window concept. The sliding window allows the receiver to dynamically adjust the flow of incoming data based on its available buffer space. MCQ 74. In NAT, the translation table maps answer. B. Private IP to public IP and port concept. The NAT table keeps track of which internal device sent a request by assigning it a unique port number on the public interface. MCQ 75. Which routing protocol uses the Bellman-Ford algorithm? Answer. C. RIP concept. The Routing Information Protocol, RIP, uses this distance vector algorithm to find the path with the fewest number of hops.